So depending on where you live, you've probably seen a handful of these guys rolling around. Yep, the Lucid Air is still pretty much brand new, and just like, well, just about every brand new spanking EV maker that's new to production, well, let's just say it's sort of slow going. Lots to still iron out before they're banging out tons of these things every day. So a little bit surprising to see that they're already expanding their offering. In this case, it's straight out of Elon Musk's darkest nightmares, maybe. Yeah, it's apparently the new king of the hill, the super duper sedan, the fastest thing with 4 doors, however you want to say it. What matters is that it sounds like it's gonna outplaid the Model S. What's up, Motorheads, and welcome back to Gearbox Pizzas. So recently we've been more or less focused on some of the more obscure and up and coming automakers. I mean, the really little fellas. But today we're talking about one of the bigger new guys on the scene, and they're just stupidly quick Tesla eater. Alright, so here's the thing. Lucid already has a mega performance model called the Lucid Air Performance. This thing has, and get this, 1,111 horsepower. So yeah, 1,000+ horsepower model won't be the most powerful or fastest version of the Air. I mean, let that sink in for a second. And that's where the new fella comes in. And Lucid's calling it the Lucid Air Sapphire. And yep, as I said, Lucid is claiming this is going to be the fastest sedan ever made. And it's a bold statement for sure, but it looks like they have the numbers to back it up. Alright, so the horsepower numbers haven't really been announced, and all we know is that it's going to be over 1,200 horsepower. Alright, so what exactly is the difference between the motors of the Sapphire and the Performance? That is a great question. So the big difference is the Sapphire's new dual motor rear end. Lucid doubled up on its very own little but mighty motor, and it still fits and bolts into the existing rear subframe without having to do any modifications. This allows for torque vectoring. And up front there's the same 670 horsepower from the Air Performance. Yeah, as a whole, this thing's just gonna make a stupid amount of power. So with all this horsepower, what's the performance gonna look like? Well, the numbers are borderline insane, truly. According to Lucid, 0 to 60 is gonna happen under 2 seconds, and 0 to 100 miles an hour, check this out, under 4 seconds. Under 4 seconds to 100 miles an hour. Dudes, under 4 seconds to 60 is still very, very fast, and the Sapphire is going to be clipping triple digits while your stock M4 is way back there in 60 miles an hour. Alright, so what about the quarter mile, you say? Again, just crazy, crazy stuff here. This thing is going to run in the 8s. The 8s! For comparison's sake, let's compare these numbers to the current dragstrip hero, the Tesla Model S Plaid. Now, keep in mind while we talk about these numbers, the Model S Plaid is crazy, crazy fast. It's literally quicker than the gas-powered drag strip king, the Porsche 911 Turbo S, and or the Bugatti Chiron Supersport. Anyway, the Plaid does 60 in 2.1 seconds, and it'll get the 100 in 4.3 seconds with the quarter mile at 9.4 seconds. You know what else is cool? Lucid says that you're gonna be able to smash that accelerator pedal all day without needing a long cooldown period for the battery. Sapphire also comes with a retuned suspension, anti-roll bars, and new damper tuning. The Sapphire is also a touch wider than the Air Performance, and it's got the rubber to boot. You got 265s up front and mega wide 295s out back. And then there's the mega huge carbon ceramic brakes. I mean, how big are we talking? How 17 inches up front with 10 piston calipers. Now back you got 12-inch brakes with 4 piston calipers, and these things are massive, but then again, this thing isn't exactly a featherweight. The range numbers haven't been set or announced yet as far as I can see, but seeing as Lucid has the Model S Plaid in its crosshairs, I'm willing to bet they're going to try to one-up Elon's monster here. So for now, let's go with like a 400+ mile range. And apparently they're using the same 118 kilowatt hour battery that's already being used in other Lucid models. So that's cool. So as you'd expect, the Sapphire is going to look a bit meaner than the other Lucid Airs. Standard is this new stealth look that's a blend of black and gray exterior trim pieces, and then inside there's some brand new sports seats that have some big time side bolstering and an integrated headrest. Having said that, apparently the initial run is going to have a blue exterior with gray and black interior. Okay, so it's stupid fast, and it's the range topping hero from an already very, very expensive car. So yeah, the thing's gonna set you back a bit, and we're looking at 250 grand here. And Expect to start seeing these sometime in the middle of next year, and Sapphires, look, they're here to stay, and it's likely that we're gonna see more Sapphire versions of other future models. So I'm not sure the world needs another trillion horsepower and crazy expensive super sedan, but hey, the motorhead in me sort of just loves the fact that these things are even real, and that's even if I'll never be able to afford one.